When we start learning about how relationships work, we often find some communities like Red Pill or some channels like HomeEd that show these beautiful graphs, and we get pretty disappointed very soon. We start getting angry at the whole system of relationships in general when we see someone acting like a Chad, like a cool guy, and girls just flocking to him while we're standing there and thinking, that's wrong. That's not how the relationships are supposed to be. And the main argument for that is that I want to be myself. I want to be authentic. I don't want to become someone else to just impress girls. Why is everything so superficial? And here's the thing, the attraction is not actually as superficial as you think because it's based on trust that your girlfriend, your future wife may have towards you. So the whole attraction is built on this trust. What do I mean by that? Well, imagine the whole life of some woman. At first, she's gonna be single, but at some point, eventually, she expects to become engaged or just be with some kind of partner. And it may take a huge chunk of her life. It may take decades to be with someone else. And so, how can she trust this person she could be with for decades? It's a very hard decision. And you may say, well, that's not true. I'm trustworthy. I'm a nice guy. But all the girls care about is how I look, what I dress in, about my grooming, about my haircut, about how much money I make, about whether I can do some cool stuff or not. They don't care about who I am. So probably that's not it. Yet in reality, it's still based on trust. It's still based on your character traits. Even these uh, things that may seem superficial, they show your character. They show how much you value yourself. They show how much you control your life. If you have good habits or not, if you're disciplined or not. Because most of these things could not be achieved without some kind of effort. Of course, some people get this just from birth, but for most of the people, they need to train their body. They need to have some sense of fashion. They need to look after their body. They need to earn enough money or to learn something new. It all shows your discipline, your good habits. It shows you as a trustworthy partner. And you can also say, well, that's also not true because it seems that girls only care even if I have all these things. If I'm not strong enough or smart enough or funny enough or is not as skilled as I could be or as not as dominant as I could be in the relationships or I don't have some kind of popularity or power, it means that I'm disliked. But again, these things are very important to show your self reliance. You don't need to have the whole set, but if you have some kind of traits from this list that are very dominant in you, that are very special in you and show your character, or if you trained some of these traits to be inside of you, you show your self reliance. When you're strong, you show that you have some power to repel some kind of invaders in your life. If you're smart, it means that you may find some good solution for a problem. If you're funny, it means you are quick-witted, which also helps in lots of situations. This whole list shows some kind of traits that show that you are self-reliant. And probably if you don't have some of these traits in your usual life, it means you're not as self-reliant as you could be. Of course, there may be some kind of things that you can change and that may be kind of superficial, like having lower voice or some kind of haircut where your hair is curly or very long. But it's all actually preferences. It may vary from person to person. And your previous traits that were shown in the video are actually what matters. And you may say, well, I know I'm self-reliant. I have some kind of discipline in my life, and yet girls care about me only. They care only about guys who dress well, who speak confidently, while maybe I need to open up. And if girls find something new about me, they will realize how great a guy I am. But think about yourself like a book. Even if you're this amazing guy on the inside with all these cool traits, you still look like this on the book cover. You still look like a guy doesn't that cannot achieve anything in life. Maybe you can, but you don't look like it. So try to use this kind of mindset because you can still be flirty or playing it cool, but you need to remember why you're doing this. It's not like you need to step over yourself and just get rid of your actual character. You can still have your actual character. You can speak in some kind of voice that doesn't look as masculine as it could be in some Hollywood movies. You can still be you can still laugh very loudly if you have this habit and you don't need to say, well, I'm cool, I don't need to show my emotions. You can just think about it that you need to feel inside of yourself trustworthy. First of all, you need to feel about yourself that you still can keep living even without these girls in your life. And when you think from this abundance mindset, it becomes much easier to talk to other girls because you realize that you're already trustworthy, you're already self-reliant. And when it shows in your demeanor, and of course, when you have some special outside traits that show that, like again, your hygiene, your clothing, your haircut, etc., then other people start to trust you as well. And then you get to the relationships. Also, there's one more thing that I forgot to mention while recording this video is that the fun is also the part of the attraction. But here's the thing that you can have attraction with the trust but no fun. But you cannot have attraction with fun but no trust. Because fun is good. Flirting, even just flirting, is already some kind of fun some kind of fun activity that you're doing. However, if you just do some fun activity but your life is just goes to shit, then then there's no fun for anyone involved in it because you know that you're faking it and your partner knows that you're faking it, and it's a really bad idea to just rely on this part. So first try to establish trust, not to make other partner trust in you, but try to trust yourself while you're doing anything in your life, and trust that you can accomplish some stuff. And then after you trust yourself, it's much easier to have some fun with other people because you always have this foundation of who you are even after these people leave. So there it is. Try to treat attraction like this, and it won't feel as superficial as it was before. Bye bye.